I am happy to join with you today.
Once you change your philosophy, you change your thought pattern.
I love America. I love everybody.
Do what this mic here can do more.
What's good, man? Welcome to yet another episode of the One Way Podcast. I'm your host, Lorenza. It's good to be back with y'all today. I guess I can hit y'all up with some Marlo.
You want it to be one way, but it's the other way.
Okay, man, now that we got that out of the way, thank you guys for listening, whether you're listening through an Apple product, an Android product, or Spreaker, or all the other platforms that we're getting on and you can listen to us from. But the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine. We were talking about the UFC this past weekend's fight card. And if you add in Conor McGregor to the equation, I was thinking that, the UFC was kind of in flux and that they were really struggling with their main cards, especially because Max Holloway and Tony Ferguson weren't able to fight this past weekend, and Khabib Nurmagomedov ended up fighting a little-known guy on basically a day or two notice. I said it was in flux because of that situation, but quite frankly, man, I just rewatched, or I began to rewatch the actual card from this weekend. And they have some previews because this is the 25th anniversary of the UFC. So I'm going to read off a few things here and I guess basically prove myself wrong, which I'm okay with doing. May 27th, Sunday, May 27th, UFC Fight Night, Thompson and Till in Liverpool, England. Really have no idea who Till is, but I hear he's a great striker. Thompson is Stephen Thompson, the American Dream, or whatever he's supposed to be. This karate fighter guy who had a really good showing against my man Tyron Woodley. And he might just be one of the best strikers in the UFC at middleweight, just can't beat Woodley at this point. But he is the number one contender at that, and he's going up against someone who deserves that title shot, someone that we may want to see against Tyron Woodley in the future. So straight up, next month we're ready. Also, May 12th, you have Amanda Nunes returning to Rio for the UFC 224. I don't know who she's fighting, but I know that after watching her put them paws on a couple of other women in the UFC, I'm definitely going to appreciate that. You switch over until June, which is the month, obviously the month after of May, you have UFC 225, and you're going to have Yoel Romero and Robert Whittaker Part 2. Now, Robert Whittaker won the first fight. Now, it'll be interesting to see who wins the second one. But this right here is a really good matchup. Besides Yoel Romero looking like a Ninja Turtle, Robert Whittaker got some hands, son. So it's to be said that this one is going to be a pretty damn good fight. UFC 225, I need to see the other fight cards on there. But the headliner show has got me wrapped up, and you move over until next month, July 7th, Saturday, UFC 226, when you have Stipe Miocic and a heavyweight championship bout against Daniel Cormier. You have the light heavyweight champion and the heavyweight champion. This is one of those things you usually only see in boxing. But the UFC is realizing that, hey, you got to make some interesting fights. Something else that's interesting about this fight, and I hope he actually shows up to the actual event, but the UFC still has Brock Lesnar under contract, even though he just signed a contract with the WWE. So the winner of this fight may actually get to fight Brock Lesnar for that belt. Now, is that going to be an amazing fight? Probably not. Cormier or Miocic going in there against Brock Lesnar, but it's going to do numbers. I bet the fight card is going to be damn near amazing, so I'm looking forward to that. And to the following month, August, TJ Dillashaw against Cody Garbrandt for their rematch. Cody Garbrandt got beat by TJ Dillashaw straight up in their last fight. He was talking mad shit before they got in there. They have some bad blood between each other. They used to train together. And then Dillashaw picked up and left and moved to a whole other state and left that team right there, man. But all's fair in love and war, I guess. And they loved each other, and now they're warring with each other. As a matter of fact, Cody Garbrandt knocked out a guy that had beaten everyone on his team previously. So Cody Garbrandt being one of my favorite fighters, I'm definitely going to watch this. So if you're into UFC, disregard anything that I say about the sport or the actual company looking pretty bad. They actually look pretty good right now, and I was definitely wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong about the UFC. Well, thank you guys for listening. Again, this podcast has been short and quick to the point, mainly because this is beta. We're doing a podcast every day of April or every day in April, however you want to say that. But glad that you guys have come here to listen to me once again. Until next time, man. Peace.